Yeah. What?
Well, I'm just going to start recording right now. I mean,
Okay.
Don't mess up the beginning. I mean, you don't want to start recording with a yeah, what?
Well, you could just start, and we could just cut that bit.
I don't know how to cut. I don't know how to cut. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and start it, and then we'll pretend like you never said that, and maybe people will forget that you said that.
Okay. They probably will, actually.
Okay,
So,
great.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce, the podcast that does not repeat any bits that they did on the last podcast. Thank you. Thank you very much. Woo! My name is Greg Benson.
My name is Craig Benzine. I think you can get away with doing this. Oh, well, okay.
You see, last time you asked me if I had gasps or boos, and I didn't.
Oh,
and
but now you do. But you could have waited till the appropriate time to use the gasp or boo. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Okay.
This audience doesn't want appropriate times for things. Nope.
And that's the end of the sound effects of this episode.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I feel like you could get away with these sound effects forever because it's not really a bit. It's just sort of it's a genre.
You're right. It adds energy, and it's like, wow, they must have a lot of money to be able to do this podcast in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, and I only listen to things that sound like the people have a lot of money, you know?
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Wait for the answer.
Okay.
I don't see any comments about how they're doing yet.
Oh, where are you going to see them?
I don't know. I just thought they'd pop up somewhere.
You just, like pop-up video? Like,
yeah. Remember VH1 pop-up video?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was a good time.
I totally forgot about that. VH1, was it called pop-up video?
Yeah. Pop-up video. Yeah.
Wow. Man, I totally forgot about that. That was very clever.
It was very clever. It was videos, and then information about the videos would pop up.
So that's basically what I was expecting to happen here. Like I thought that people's comments would just pop up and we could read them live, but I guess people aren't commenting. So listen, you can't make your listeners comment live. You know, if they're not interested, you can't force them.
No. Also, they just can't because we're not live. But I mean, if we went on Twitch and we live streamed ourselves right now, we could.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
but then it would be a terrible episode like that last time we did a live Twitch episode and everyone agreed it was terrible.
Yeah.
They're like, you guys are right. This was terrible.
Yeah, but then we have another one of those coming out, I think, Sunday.
Didn't it just come out? I thought it just came out.
Did it just come out?
It came out on Patreon because I saw somebody left a comment. In fact, I'll go ahead and read the comment because those comments show up in my email. It's from Alistair McMillan, who said, I'm glad we can finally answer the question of where we all were when the worst Two Guys Talking About Lettuce podcast episode was released. Thank you, Alistair. Thank you so much. I think that's excellent. We got another couple of comments on the previous episode. Ick the Troll King commented on the previous episode, phallus. I think that was the same episode. And then I actually have to read one more comment because this is from Christo, and Christo left one of the greatest comments I think we've ever gotten. And I'm being totally serious.
Okay.
It's kind of long, so bear with me. It's about 4.5 hours long. Here we go.
Oh God. Oh, hours?
Yeah, 4.5 hours. It's a 4.5 hour comment.
There's a run time for the comment?
That's all I'm saying. You know how Patreon tells you, like, if you want to read this comment, it should take about 4.5 hours?
Yeah, no, they don't say that.
Okay, maybe
for
I have
comments,
a different Patreon
I feel like
than you do.
Time isn't necessarily an issue for comments because
okay. It's like on Substack. When you read Substack, you're like, this Substack's going to take 4.5 days or 4.5 years or whatever. It's always 4.5 something.
Is it based on the speed you read? Does it personalize it?
I guess. I don't really. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Maybe you're just a really slow reader.
Christo says, okay.
Yeah.
The FOLL Following. I'll just read it. The following is based on the true story. I'm often driving or in the midst of some other trivial business while my ears get to enjoy this podcast. As I listen, I am constantly bombarded with thoughts on what to comment, either naturally occurring or prompted by your jaw-boning. It's the first time I've ever heard the term jaw-boning, and I love it.
Yeah.
However, these thoughts vaporize as you constantly jump to a new topic. Whenever things are in all caps, I read it like that.
Yeah.
By the end of the episode, I have the same feeling when you forget where you placed something or when you forget what you wanted to say, but multiplied by about a devil's dozen. Also the first time I've ever heard a devil's dozen. Never heard that before.
I've never heard that either.
Thanks a lot. Sincerely, I appreciate it. I mean it. I am very grateful from the bottom. I don't know if they were going to say from the bottom of my heart and then they just ran out of characters. Like you can only do a certain amount of characters.
Who was this? Who commented this?
That was from Christo.
Christo. Okay.
Yeah. You know when you're like frying some chicken and you fry it in Christo?
Greg, you're jumping to a new comment now. Or a new topic now.
I am?
You do it. Yeah. I mean, kind of.
See, this is where you're supposed to say, "No, Greg, that's Crisco." And I'm supposed to go, "What? Don't you mean Christo?" And then you're like, "No, it's called Christo." And I'm like, "Well, maybe for you it is,
Crisco.
but I mean, mine's just called Christo. Like whenever I make fried chicken, it's called Christo." And then you're like, "No, Greg, I promise you, it's not called Christo. It's the brand name is Crisco. You got it wrong." I'm like, "Maybe you got it wrong." And then it just kind of continues like that, and that's how our comedy works.
Yeah, that's exactly. We've done that 800 times, and there's.
You know what? Yeah. I think I've just proven I no longer need you on this podcast. I can do I can do the conversations myself.
Yeah, yes, you can.
No, you can't, Greg. You really do need me. You need someone to bounce it off of.
This is why I didn't mention that it's Crisco because I knew it wouldn't matter. I knew where we were going. I knew. Yeah.
You know, when you don't do what the audience expects you to do, you just disappoint them.
No, I don't, because look what we did. We did this whole bit where you did the whole bit yourself.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's true. And I mean, did you guys like it? Did you guys like when I did both? They didn't respond.
Oh, they don't. Okay. Wow.
I thought they were going to respond.
I think I heard a cough. You should get a cough. You should get a cough soundbite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do the coughs from now on.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, try again.
Okay. Hey, did you guys like it?
Oh. Yeah.
They're sad for you. They think you're sick.
Yeah, I'm not sick. It was just I had something in my throat.
Speaking of having something in your throat, this episode is sponsored by Impostable, the delicious gluten-free pasta that can also perform open heart surgery. How? No one knows. It's literally impossible. Don't ask questions, you goddamn son of a bitch. Just have a nice lunch followed by a triple bypass and shut the fuck up. Impossible. Try it Thursday.
Okay. Why do you have to try it Thursday? That's the issue I have with it.
Of all those things, the only issue you have is try it Thursday.
Yeah. Why?
They say that if you want for people to try your product, you need to be specific as to when they should try it. Because if you're just saying like, try it, then people are like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then they put in their calendar
I'll do it
2037.
Yeah. Really? People plan that far ahead?
That's what calendars are for. You can plan ahead. Didn't you know that you can plan things ahead in calendars?
Yeah, but that far ahead? That's
yeah, sure. You can put anything you want
14,
in I'm gonna
12 years.
I'm going to put something in my calendar for 2037. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can look by year. Wait a minute. 2028.
Yeah, I was just thinking I wanted to plan something that far ahead.
All right, hang on. I'm putting in, let's see. August 11, 2027 is a Thursday, and I'm going to put in try not to sneeze. And I'm going to make that an all-day event. And
August.
I have just added that for August 11, 2027. It has things that repeat already in there. It has some things that repeat.
Would you say that it's a Wednesday?
That's a Tuesday. See how it's lit up under the T? August 11, 2037. Yeah. 2037. Yeah. So what's
August
so
Sola.
great about this is that I'm going to probably forget about it over the next 12 and a half years. And then all of a sudden, 12 and a half years from now, it's going to pop up in my calendar and it's going to say, try not to sneeze. And I'm going to be like, what the fuck?
Well, it looks like China has therapy that day and Sudoku Club. So,
Okay. Yeah, because certain things repeat indefinitely in our calendars, don't they? And you're like, I don't know if I'm still going to have Sudoku Club in 12 and a half years.
I mean, it would be amazing if that were still the case. But I don't even know if we'll still be living in Madison. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
I mean, you really don't know.
I got to schedule something. I'm going to... I think I'm going to... What should I do that day? Maybe clean my desk.
Clean your desk. Are you do that on August 11th, 2037?
Yep.
Great.
What time are you doing?
I just put it in I put it in an all-day event because I don't want to. I try not to sneeze all day.
Mine's going to be at noon.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope I'm still using this calendar system.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put it in at noon Mountain Time just for the fun of it, just to mix things up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Noon.
Yeah.
And then
put it in Mountain Time.
I hope I completely forget about this, and then I'll wonder.
Wait,
why did I put Mountain Time? Where
are
was
you?
I?
So you're in Central, right? You're in the Central Time Zone.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand. You look at Madison, Wisconsin, then you go directly south of Madison, Wisconsin, and eventually you will get to Louisville, Kentucky, which should also be in the Central Time Zone. And yet, Louisville, Kentucky, for some ungodly reason, and it's ungodly. It is ungodly.
Yeah.
They
I would blame God for
They
this.
are in the Eastern Time Zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that confuses me. I don't know why Kentucky would be in the Eastern Time Zone. I think it's crazy and it's ridiculous. They're like, oh, we want to be East Coasters. No, you're not. You're Middle America. You're in the Central Time. You're right in the center.
If you look at a map, Greg, they're not.
It's directly below you.
Kentucky is divided.
Yeah,
and part of Kentucky is directly below us.
Yeah,
and it's
that's all I'm saying. Directly below you is Kentucky. You go directly straight south, Kentucky.
Not that part. Greg.
And the reason that I know this is because I have a trip to Kentucky coming up, and I'm excited to go. I don't know if you've ever been to Kentucky.
But my wife is from there.
She's from. Oh, good. Times. So you know all about it. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah. But wait, before we move on, I got to tell you, I'm not doing Mountain Time because I don't know how to do that with Apple calendars here. So
well, you need to learn how to use your technology because it's very easy. But let's not worry about it.
I don't think you can do it with Apple calendars.
Yes, you can
on the computer.
Oh my God! Oh, what are you? 700 years old?
I
don't understand technology. You can't do these things on the computer. Anyway,
yeah.
So the Kentucky trip, I'm very excited about it because I'm sure if China's from there, you've probably been to Kentucky, right? Have you ever?
Yes.
Have you ever? You have to reserve a spot ahead of time. But have you ever gone on a tour of the Kentucky Jelly Factory?
No.
Oh my God! They make this Kentucky jelly. I love it. I've used it many times with several girlfriends over the years.
Okay.
The Kentucky jelly is
just like on toast, or
it's oh God, Jesus, gross. No. The Kentucky jelly. It's a sexual. You use it's for lubrication. And they make it there. It's a famous Kentucky product. They just they abbreviate it to to the KY. KY means Kentucky. So.
Okay. Okay. So, I got you.
And I'm looking forward to going to the factory because you can see all the Oompa Loompas or whoever they have working. I've never been to the factory, but I'm guessing it's Oompa Loompas.
You think they have Oompa Loompas?
I'm guessing it's Oompa Loompa. I mean, I don't know. Again, I haven't been to the factory. I don't know where they
aren't.
I don't know if they have Oompa Loompas making the Kentucky jelly or not.
But Oompa Loompas aren't real, Greg. That'd be like you're assuming there are like unicorns somewhere that you're.
There might be unicorns who make the jelly. I don't. Maybe the jelly comes from unicorn horns. I don't know.
I wish I had your brain. I wish I could live in a world where you think magic exists and yeah, it must be exciting.
Magic does exist. We gave our son. I have a son, by the way. We gave our son a magic kit, and what's great about that is he's a very impatient person. As a lot of 9-year-olds are, and he does magic tricks for us without learning how to do them first, which is really exciting because
okay.
he's not really doing anything, but he's just like, wait a minute, and then look, and then look, the coins disappeared. I'm like, you just put the coin behind your back. No, I didn't. It's gone. I mean, it's amazing. Him doing magic tricks without bothering to learn them first is remarkable.
Yeah, Ada does that a lot with food. She'll just eat it and make it disappear. And
what's an Ada?
Jesus,
I know it's your daughter. You know, I gotta admit something to you. When I say things like I didn't know that you had a daughter or whatever, I referred to as your son. I'm just joking. It's all a joke. I know you have a daughter. I've met her.
Greg.
Huh?
This is a great time to play the gasp sound effect.
Oh, okay. Hang on just a second.
Yeah.
I know your daughter. That's for sure. Ooh. Oh God, no.
What?
No.
What?
No. I'm just saying that I have.
What?
I'm just saying that I have met her.
Okay.
No. Oh, guys.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
No.
Come on, guys.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
How about you say? No.
Huh,
Okay.
Go ahead. Say
Go
what?
ahead. No. You say every time that I say I don't know her, I'm joking. Gasp. That's what I'm going for here.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All I'm saying is, Craig has a daughter.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's not what I was talking about.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand how. Listen, I'm not in charge of all the sound effects. I don't know who's doing them.
Yeah, you are, because I hear the clicks.
I think it might be Gary Busey. I understand. Yeah, you're probably Gary Busey.
You may have a multiple personality when you're doing something outside of just talking on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You might not remember that you're doing it, and you would just assume it's Gary Busey. I think that's what's going on here.
Speaking of Gary Busey, we make a lot of jokes, but we have to actually treat Gary Busey with a little bit of respect, because I think everyone knows Gary Busey suffers from mental illness. And mental illness, honestly, is a very serious, and it's kind of a sad thing, and it's certainly nothing to laugh about.
Okay.
No, guys.
Okay.
Guys.
Oh, God.
No. Guys, please.
No.
This is really... This is inappropriate.
No. No.
I'm talking about mental illness. Gary Busey literally has some sort of mental illness. Come on, guys.
Guys.
Jesus. Okay.
No.
I want to apologize.
He does.
Okay. I want to apologize to everyone. I don't know why that happened. That's horrible.
This is like, in an episode of a sitcom.
Yeah.
Where someone tries to become a ventriloquist. And then when they talk through their ventriloquist dummy, they say the most awful things all of a sudden, but it's not them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so now you're using the studio audience as your way of laughing at mental illness. That's what you're doing right now.
I don't laugh at mental illness. I think that honestly, I think that's horrible that they did that, and I think it's horrible that you would even suggest that that's funny.
The audience is your ventriloquist dummy. That's what's happening here.
Did you say ventriloquist? I think you said ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah,
whatever.
No, it's not a whatever. You said the wrong word. You made a conversation mistake, and it's not a whatever situation. It's a, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I owe the listeners an apology.
Sorry.
Okay, good. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. By the way, how come you haven't responded to the Evite? Are you coming or not?
To what?
To the lotion party. I invited you like 30 episodes ago to go to the lotion party.
What lotion party?
I got the Evite open right here. It says, you're invited to a lotion party. Have you been feeling dry lately? Come to our lotion party and spread lotion on friends and new acquaintances. Everyone will get very moist at our first ever weekly lotion party. BYOL.
You 30 episodes ago, you sent this to me?
This is about 30 episodes ago, and you have not responded yet.
Sent this how? How did you send this to me?
It's through Evite. I just said Evite. Send that to Craig.
Evite.
Yeah. Do you ever use Evite?
Yeah. So it's in my Evite account.
Yeah, it should be in your Evite. Yeah. I invited you to the lotion party.
Okay, I'm going to check my Evite account. I don't go to Evite.
You go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I'll let the listeners know that this episode is sponsored by Impostable, the delicious gluten-free pasta that can also perform open heart surgery. How?
Yes.
No one knows. It's literally impossible. Don't ask questions, you goddamn son of a bitch. Just have a nice lunch followed by a triple bypass.
That's definitely in the talking
up.
points. Yeah.
Impossible. Yeah. Try it Thursday.
It's not logging into Evite for me.
It hasn't? Well, listen, while you're doing that, then if you're still working on logging into Evite, I'll go ahead and let our listeners know this episode is sponsored by Impossible.
Okay,
the delicious gluten-free pasta.
Oh, God.
That can also perform open heart surgery. How?
Oh, no.
No one knows. Listen, I'm not going to repeat that a third time because I feel like it's silly that I've done it twice.
Yeah.
And then it's ridiculous that I... Don't check your Evite. I didn't really send it to you. That's just a joke.
Oh, what? You didn't?
No, I didn't.
No, that's disappointing. I don't see it. I'm in there now.
Hey, Craig, how have you been doing with everything that's been going on in the world lately? It's been a crazy year, and we try to joke around and have a nice time here, but the world, especially America, it's weird being the bad guys all of a sudden, and I feel like we're the bad guys.
In a lot of situations throughout our history, we have been the bad guys.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we sort of are the world's bullies.
We can be, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that. Wait a second. Is Patreon only coming up? Are you going to cut me off for Patreon only?
No, I'm not. I know, but that's not. It's like a minute or two away. You're fine.
Okay. I don't know.
No.
I have stopped looking at. I took Twitter and Blue Sky and Threads off my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at things far less now than I was, and that's about it. That's it.
Well, it's miserable. It's miserable.
Yeah. Well,
whoever thought Nazis would make a comeback? Listen, I don't mean to go out on a limb here and offend any of our listeners, in case you are Nazis.
And offend any of our Nazi listeners?
I just want to say I hate Nazis. I don't like them at all. I hate them. I hate Nazis.
Yeah.
I even hate grammar Nazis.
You're really taking a risk here, Greg.
I know that. I know I am. But I even hate grammar Nazis. My great grammar was killed by a grammar Nazi.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You had a great grammar?
My great grammar was... And by the way, that is a joke that I wrote on my Discord yesterday, and I was so proud of it that I'm like, well, I have to repeat that on this podcast because that's a really good joke.
That is a good joke.
It's sad and horrible because it's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
But that's a really clever joke.
It is. So I'm imagining you're talking about you were really good at grammar. You had great grammar, and then it was killed by grammar Nazis. No. No, it can be interpreted that way, though.
Okay,
that's what makes it great. That's what makes it great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you for that.
Yeah. But I feel like I don't want to talk now because I'm going to get cut off for the Patreon only bonus section if I say anything. So I don't.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's be quiet for 10 seconds and see if the Patreon only bonus section starts.
I mean, it's up to you,
no,
really.
I'm
hearing alarms over there. What's going on?
I know. I'm getting a lot of texts. Just let's be quiet for 10 seconds and see if it just starts.
Okay.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/2guystalkingaboutlettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
That's the end of this Patreon-only bonus section. We hope that you enjoyed it. I know I did.
I had a great time. I mean, it felt very similar to the time I'm having now. Like it's
really?
Yeah.
See, for me, it feels totally different. Whenever we go into that Patreon-only bonus section, I feel like we've entered a different room, and it's like an exclusive. Like you've gone, like they've lifted up the velvet rope, and then you go into that room, and you're like, oh man, look at this room. It's so much smaller and sort of claustrophobic than that other big room.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, I mean, you always think that the VIP room is going to be special, and then you get in there, and there's just a small room, and there's just a few tables, and then there's a bunch of people sitting there, and they're getting bottle service, and you're like, I guess we'll get a bottle, and they're like, all right, a bottle of this is going to be $400, and you're like, okay, I guess we'll just take one bottle, and then you take a sip of it, and you're like, this is not very good, and they're like, well, there's no refunds. Huh?
Yeah, it tastes as good as regular alcohol.
Yeah. And then you're like, why did I even order a bottle? Actually, I'll be honest with you. I've never done bottle service. I think that bottle service is one of the dumbest things that exists.
Yeah, I've been a part of a bottle service, but it wasn't. It's not something I purchased. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that I mean, listen, I'm not a club guy anyway. Even when I was in in college and in my 20s, every once in a while I'd go to a club, try to meet girls or whatever, and that's just not my scene,
Yeah, not really a club guy either.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and then
you look at me and you're like, that guy goes clubbing.
No, I was like totally like I'm just looking at your shirt. I'm just like, I bet you wear that shirt to clubs all the time.
Yeah, I mean, plaid. That's a real club pattern right there.
I mean, I'm not even a country club guy.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not a part of a golf club or
when Kim, that's my wife. When Kim and I moved into this house, there's a country club in the area that's nearby because we live in of course, a very, very fancy, exclusive part of Los Angeles. It's super. Yeah, you probably heard of it. Bel Air, Malibu, Beverly Hills. That's the area we live. Yeah. It's very, very expensive.
It's where the three intersect. Yeah,
it's all three on top of each other. And not a lot of people know about it. That all three of them.
Which is weird because Malibu is like.
Well, it's separated from the other two. It doesn't matter. It's very exclusive. It's so exclusive most people don't know about it. So anyway, but the true part of the story, besides all that bullshit I just said, the true part is we actually were invited to an orientation or a welcome, whatever, at a country club in the area. So, and it's like, come join us. We'll have wine and cheese and all that bullshit. Or, food.
They said that? They said bullshit?
They said come for wine and for cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, is what they said.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So we're like, all right, sure, we'll go for the cocktails and the hors d'oeuvres.
No, Greg, you're not gonna be like, wow, they have whores there? I'm excited. You're not gonna.
Well, that was the thing. We got there and there were no whores.
Okay.
All they had was hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to turn it into a Greg joke there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we went there and we expected someone to like welcome us and sort of give us the hard sell, like, you really ought to join the country club. It's only $12,000 to join and then it's $6,500 a year or whatever it was going to be. Some sort of crazy
California accent you just put on.
And dude, and to get here you just take the 405 to the 5 to the 10 to the 1
to the 1.
Yeah.
Anyway. That doesn't seem like good directions.
No, actually. I don't think you can take. You can't take those things in those directions. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah.
So no one greeted us. No one tried to get us to join, and they only had cheese and wine.
No,
we went all that way just for little blocks of. They didn't even have crackers to go with the cheese. They just had cheese and toothpicks and wine, and it wasn't even great wine.
I bet it would have been better in Malibu.
Yeah, probably would have been. Anyway, so we were disappointed.
Yeah.
We thought for sure someone would be like, oh, you're new to the area? Oh, come and, hey, we want your money. Come and, but they probably looked at us and were like, nah, ignore those two people. Other people were being greeted and brought around.
They were?
Yeah. And we walked around. We did walk around a little bit. We looked at their golf course and I thought, well, I don't play golf, so that's a nice looking open field with hills in it.
So did you say that out loud? That might have been part of the... Oh, okay.
And then we walked over to their restaurant area. They have a little restaurant in there. And we looked around and there's a bunch of old people, mostly people in like their 70s and 80s. And they're all eating things that look like, like Stouffer's dinners. They're eating like like chicken a la king and things like things that just don't look good at all. And I'm sure they were paying $35 an entree for things that just, frankly, it looks about as good as like when you go to a wedding and they're like, did you order the chicken or the beef mush? And you're like, I guess we ordered the chicken mush. And they're like, here you go.
I mean, I've had some great chicken mush in
Have
my
you?
time. Yeah, like I order it extra mushy. So
Okay. Well, see, now that's my problem. Is that I always order it crunchy.
Not a lot of people know. It's got to be the right level of mush.
Extra mush.
Good.
Okay. I order it crunchy, and then they're like, we're gonna have to add a lot of pretzels into it. And I'm like, that's fine. And then I end up just getting this pile of mush with pretzels on top.
Yeah, a lot of pretzels.
So many pretzels.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many pretzels, you can barely even see the mush.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
I don't
just go
recommend it
extra
to
mush.
people.
Because you get a little mush, you're like, ooh, I don't like it mushy. But you don't realize it's got to go more mushy. You don't realize that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I know.
Yeah.
I feel dumb.
Yeah. So did you ever go back to this country club?
No, we did not. No, we went there once, had some cheese,
I want to go
had
to
some
this
wine.
club. I want to go there when I visit. Can I do that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I can call up and say we're interested in taking a tour. And then you and I can go. You and I will go as a gay couple. We will pretend to be a gay couple.
Okay.
And we'll just go there holding hands, and then while they're giving us the tour, we'll just start making out.
No,
you know?
okay, that's
no. It's gonna. No, you got to make it. You got to commit. You got to make it real.
I mean,
make
it's
out
not
with me,
that-
Craig.
I would commit to the. I just don't. That would be inappropriate. Just no matter what sexual orientation. I just don't think.
So even if Kim and I went and we just started making out during the tour, that would be inappropriate. We get on top of a table. It turns into heavy petting, and they're like, Mr. and Mrs. Benson, excuse us,
Yeah.
and we're like, leave me alone, can't you see we're heavy petting?
You would say heavy petting?
Yeah.
You would say that? Yeah.
A lot of times, like Kim and I, we're like, what do you want to do tonight? We're like, I don't know, maybe some heavy petting.
I have an idea of what we could do that would be more inappropriate.
What's that?
We go there and we golf. We actually
oh my
golf.
God, that would be amazing. And they'll be like, have you guys ever played golf before? No, but this is easy. Yeah, but you keep like the golf club keeps flying out of your hands, and you keep hitting our elderly members in the face.
Yeah. I will tell you, Greg. I have a confession to make. I have golfed many times.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My dad golfs, and so like once a year I go golfing with him.
Wow.
Basically.
Okay. Well, look, I have not played golf, but I'm assuming I'm very good at it.
You could be.
I'm assuming I would make nothing but holes in one.
This would be a great episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. Is I take you golfing?
Great at the country club. We're like, we want to try it out. We want to play golf.
It might be difficult to get into the country club, but
all you have to do is call them up. You call them up. Yep, we both pay the initiation fee in the first year.
Okay.
And then we're members, and then we pay. We make a tee off time appointment or reservation or whatever. Pay for that. And then we have to go buy all of our clubs and our mittens. I don't think we're mittens.
They do have gloves, not mittens. No.
I feel like it's probably mittens because it's one of those kind of country clubs. I feel like like you have to wear golf mittens.
It's a mitten course. Yeah. Okay.
Mittens, and you put on your pork pie hat. And you get out there.
Pork pie hat?
Yeah, because you don't want to get a sunburn. So you wear a pork pie hat.
Okay.
And your mittens. And you're out there. And you got your T-shirt. I'm wearing a T-shirt that says, I'm with stupid. And it's pointing to the left. And then you stand to my left. And then your T-shirt just says, I'm stupid.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I kind of like that idea, actually. But we should go... I don't know. The country club is the way. It sounds a little expensive. It's going
to be pricey, but it will be the most expensive episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. But we have to do something with all this money we make on the show.
We don't. Yeah, we don't make that much money.
Are you kidding me? Didn't you hear we were sponsored by Impostable?
Yeah.
The delicious gluten-free pasta that can also perform open heart surgery.
That doesn't seem real.
Okay, you're telling me that you don't think that a delicious gluten-free pasta can also perform open heart surgery? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
Yeah.
And you're saying that with a straight face?
Yes.
Okay, Craig. You know what? I'm not going to argue with you. Okay.
What is the audience? What does the audience think? Okay, audience, is Impostable pasta that performs open heart surgery real?
Yeah. Leave us a comment. Just email it to president@whitehouse.gov.
I want to hear either a cheer or a boo.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Go ahead, guys.
Okay. All right. Okay. So they don't care. That's the answer. Yeah.
I guess they think that your question is so outrageously silly that they're not even gonna dignify it with an answer. Like,
I don't. That's not how audiences work.
I'm Craig Benzine. I don't think that delicious gluten-free pasta could possibly perform open-heart surgery. I know everything because I'm Craig Benzine.
So that's what that meant?
Look at my nipples. I got nipples on my chest. Oh, I'm twisting them and it hurts. It hurts when I twist my nipples.
Okay. Wait a second. Now, this is what they meant by their silence? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. By the way, Craig, don't twist your nipples. Don't twist them. At least don't twist them that hard, because that really does hurt when you do that. Don't do that.
Did that hurt you? Did you just hurt
No,
yourself?
I'm just saying that it hurts you when you do that. So don't.
Wait,
don't.
no. Are they implying they're making fun of my nipples? Are they assuming that? Are they saying that they don't have nipples? Is it weird to have nipples?
No,
is that
no? It's just weird to point out that you have nipples on your chest and then just start twisting them hard.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't do that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't do that.
You just did that in the recreation that I did. You just did that, Craig.
Okay. I guess you were playing me, so I can't argue with that. I did that, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good episode. I just want to point out to anybody, in case you don't know, this is a very good episode, and you are enjoying it thoroughly.
Yes, you are. I really do want to take you golfing now, Greg, and I know you really don't want to go.
I'll go with you. I'll go golfing with you.
I'm not even that good. I don't even love golf personally.
I bet we can find a place.
Yeah.
I used to have a set of golf clubs because my father-in-law tried golf and didn't like it, so he gave me a set of golf clubs, and I said, thank you. And then I sold them.
Good idea.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to find a place where we can rent clubs, and maybe, we're not doing 18 holes. That would be ridiculous. We'll do 9, and we'll probably end up doing 3.
Speaking of doing 18 holes, I had 18 girlfriends in college.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the end.
I was waiting for an audience reaction.
Nope.
You're really not using the audience very much.
I told you that part's done.
Well, it came back once. It did.
I know, but that was an accident.
No,
and I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, that was absolutely planned.
Nope.
You click a thing, and then and a sound plays. That's.
You see, KY jelly that's not short for Kentucky jelly. That's a totally different. I don't even know what KY stands for. But it doesn't stand for Kentucky. Is all I'm saying.
You know what? I don't know what KY stands for, and I want to find out.
I bet it's potassium, because K is potassium. But what's Y?
Oh.
Is it potassium and something else?
KY. What does KY stand for?
Potassium and yellow dye number 5.
KY and KY jelly, according to AI, doesn't stand for anything specific.
What?
It's not derived from the state of Kentucky, it says, and it doesn't refer to key ingredients in the product.
It does not refer to potassium. But it has some potassium in it, right?
I guess. I don't.
Okay. Well, why don't you find out?
Find
out if KY jelly has potassium
in it.
in it.
I'm going to go to the Wikipedia page.
Oh, yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Instead of AI.
Yeah, we want that.
Okay. I don't. What happened to your voice? What's going on? What's going on?
I've been using ChatGPT more often because I love wasting computer energy.
Yeah.
Sure, you could ask Google anything you want, but if you ask ChatGPT, it takes much more energy. And apparently, I was reading an article that apparently because people are polite to ChatGPT, like they say please and thank you, that just the pleases and the thank yous waste so much energy.
Yeah.
So I've decided to be rude to ChatGPT.
Okay, I feel like it'll still waste energy being rude. I think.
I'll say like, hey, are you going to tell me like if my son broke his foot, or are you just a dumb little bitch?
Okay.
And then the ChatGPT is like, that language is not necessary.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Greg, don't. But that's going to waste more energy. It is pretty stupid when I Google. I don't want AI's response.
You can
I just
turn that
want
off.
to Google.
You can turn that off.
You can.
You can disable the AI responses on Google. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm assuming. I mean, I feel like everything on computers is adjustable. Is you could
turn off AI responses. Google.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm Googling that.
I bet it'll tell you how to like go into Google preferences.
AI is telling me how.
Yeah.
You have to get a extension. You have to get an extension or a web filter.
Or you just have to get permission. You have to ask AI for permission to turn it off.
Sure.
And then
so you have to do something outside of Google to make it not give you AI results.
Well, it turns out,
that's also
wrong.
just like, is that just a filter? That means it probably still exists. You just don't see it.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. I feel like AI is here to stay.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
And here's the other thing. I don't know why everybody spells AI instead of just saying A.
I mean, that would be better. Actually, I would make me like AI more for sure.
Yeah. From now on, we're going to be using A.
Okay. Yeah. You know what's really confusing to me is why did they call it KY jelly? Why?
Yeah, it doesn't
unknown.
It does not seem. It doesn't seem like oh, here's a snappy name.
It's the history on Wikipedia says it's unknown. The origins of the name is unknown.
I bet it's known to someone though. I bet someone knows.
I want to make a video. I want to find out.
God. If you make a video about the origin of the name of KY jelly and then everything about the history of KY jelly, that will be your most viral video ever.
You think it will?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if I find the answer, I think it will. But
even if you don't,
I don't know. I don't think it'll do better than my no added sugar video for a month. I don't know that it would do better than that.
VH1 used to have, I think it was VH1, used to have a series where they would try to reunite a band, and they'd spend like the first half hour of the series, of the show, of every episode, finding the band members and saying, hey, we want to get back together, your classic lineup. And, whether that is like, let's just say the Beatles or Taylor Swift, one of those bands.
Sure, yeah.
And so they try to reunite all the members of Taylor Swift or whatever.
Or the Beatles,
or the Beatles, and get them back together. And then sometimes the bands would make excuses like, "Oh no, half of us are dead" or whatever. The bands make excuses.
I mean, it is amazing, but every time I'm always amazed that the dead people talk.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
But then the last half, the last 30 minutes are when they reunite. You get the concert, unless the band doesn't reunite, and then that episode is only 30 minutes long. So when you start watching it if they're going to reunite or not, because it'll either be a 30-minute or a 60-minute episode.
They should have just filled the last 30 minutes with filler. They should have just filled it with bullshit. Just to
you know what? You're absolutely right. They're like, if they had reunited, here's a list of songs they might have played, and then they just show the list on a piece of paper for 30 minutes.
And then some guy's like, wouldn't that have been awesome?
That would have been great.
Wouldn't that have been awesome?
So great. Yeah, because I remember I watched the episode where they tried to reunite the classic East Side Story lineup of Squeeze, a band I love, by the way, Squeeze. And they all agreed to do it, except... you had a girlfriend in college?
There was this time I had in college. Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Okay, you've really fucked that up. But that's okay.
Why? Because I didn't say girl?
Yeah, no, you just fucked it up. I mean, you like your words were just they're coming out weird. And
by the way, there's a link to references on the Wikipedia page to an FAQ. What is the meaning behind the brand name KY? And I follow the link, and it goes to the KY website, and it's a 404. The page you were looking for cannot be found.
See, they want it to be a mystery. That's why they named it that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jules Holland was the only one who refused to reunite with the other band members. He was just too busy doing his own shows. He's got TV shows and things. And he just didn't want to do it. Didn't want to step backward. He wanted to move forward with his life, which I understand. Sometimes people just want to move forward.
You can't make me do things, VH1.
And yet, right now, like literally this year, Jules Holland is touring around along with Chris Difford of Squeeze, and they're performing together. So,
that's great.
Go figure.
That's great. great.
Well, I've run out of things to say, so that's the end of this episode of Two Guys
Talking about lettuce.
Talking about lettuce.
Talking about KY jelly.
My name, as always, is Chadwick Rasmussen.
My name is Gary Newman.
Ooh, I love your song Cars.
Yeah.
My favorite Gary Newman songs are Cars.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll continue that list on the next episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce.
See you guys next time. Thanks for being cool people.
You could have probably stopped already.
Yeah, I did. We're not recording anymore. We're all done.
Okay. I think.
Yeah. So say whatever you want. Say what you really feel about the people, because we're not recording. I promise.
You know the thing about Nazis.
Oh,
The thing I really want to say.